happens if I continue to increase my sides? Let me say if I do 50 here and 50 here, draws me a circle. So essentially, it's still not fine. We can actually make this fine because essentially I want it to, like, for every angle, if every angle is my one step, then I should do 360 here, and then probably 360 here as well. Correct. So size, let it be 500, and you can see it's actually drawing me a circle there. Right, so we just got a circle back. What we know in case of this circle is this: if we try to measure what is the size of its edge, it will be 500. So if I need to draw a smaller circle, maybe 250, I just reduce this and would draw me this. I don't want this to happen this particular slow. It's just too slow, right? What I'll simply do is I'll edit this. I'll say run without screen refresh, and it draws that image for me in an instant. So let us try doing something interesting out over here. I'll duplicate this. I'll also duplicate this. Probably let's start with 500. Let's start with 250 here, and maybe we make 50 here. And let me hide the cat. There you go. A very, very interesting pattern. Looks like an eye. So I can sort of rotate its direction on both the sides, and I'll get something else altogether. So if it is looking in the right direction, if I'm getting this, probably let me try pointing it some another direction, maybe 180. What will I get if I say point in direction 180? So write down, that's 180, and do the same block again. Right, the different pattern altogether, and I can keep moving this, like maybe I'll say not 180, but here, and it's on the other side, and I can actually make a block out of this, then again rotate that block, and I'll get a nice flower shape, right? So but that is up to you to try, but just give this a try. We just used a circle block. We used now this is how we can do a conditional repeat thing. We make use of this pattern and we stop. So this is quite interesting. Try out various different patterns that you can do with this. To make it more clearer, I can actually call it a pentagon, but this is not exactly looking like a pentagon to me. If I really want to draw a pentagon, for pentagon of sorry, not pentagon, or polygon of any sides, I should somehow ensure that, but before you go that, I forgot about it completely. There's a significance of actually keeping this separate, right? So yes, I want 360 sides for the circle. Yes, I want it to be of size 500, but I just want to draw it half. How would I draw it? It's quite easy now, right? So instead of 360, I'll simply say 180 here, and I get a half circle. So you can give this a try. This can actually do a lot of interesting stuff. You can actually draw various shapes with it, and play around with it. Just use this time to play around. So yes, going back to keeping this 360 and making a full circle, essentially it becomes a pentagon if I can somehow ask the user, sorry, polygon, if I can somehow ask the user to just give the side number of sides that he wants and sides that he wants. Currently he needs to give 3 parameters. That's probably not a good way to tell somebody using this program. So what we'll do is we'll create another block, right? And we'll call it polygon, and it will take 2 inputs, sides and size, right? And what we do now is we say repeat everything here, sides and the steps, will make them as same, and we'll put the size here, right? So we put a polygon here, and we can now give it a try. We can say this is 500, but the sides that I want is just 3, and it will give me a triangle. If I now say 4, it gives me a square. If I now say 5, a pentagon. And similarly, if I now say 360, it gives me a circle. All right, that's one way to draw a circle. We'll definitely look probably at another way to draw a circle, but why don't you give this a try, practice it out, be comfortable with it, and we'll then again regroup and draw a circle in another way, right? So let's practice.